Hey guys, I'm Phaedra from All Things Phaedra, and if you've been here before, first of all, thank you for coming back, but you probably know that I talk a lot about my hair, my aging hair, my fine thin hair, my fine thinning hair. And if you're here, maybe you've got a similar situation. Now, I know there are people out there with finer hair, thinner hair. I'm going to show you where my problem areas are before we dive into the video today. But if you're new here, what I want to let you know is that I'm here to give you my honest opinion, my thorough review, and you ultimately can make a decision for yourself. So I am here today with a new device, the Laduora Duo. And let me start by saying that this video is not sponsored, but Laduora did send me this device and a couple serums to use in it. And in exchange, I'm just to tell you honestly what I think about it after using it for a month. And if it works really well, I may use it longer than a month. So this is what it looks like. And why I'm excited about it is because it does use serums. As you know, I've used serums on my hair before with mixed results. But this has a device that you use. This is the Laduora Duo. And I'm kind of excited for a lot of reasons that they have on their website. Now, the problem is you read all this stuff on the website, you're like, yes, this is it. This is the one that's going to make a difference. And you read quotes and testimonials, and you never know what's honest out there. Well, I decided I'm going to dig a little bit deeper this time because you guys are a tough audience and you deserve this. So I don't have a doctor's jacket, which is what I really wanted to do. So I'm just going to put on this white bathrobe and I'm going to put on these fake glasses because I think it'll make me look a little bit smarter. And I will tell you this, I do actually have a degree in biology and a background in chemistry. So I'm not claiming to be an expert, but I am claiming to be able to read through some of the expert stuff out there and translate it for you. So let's talk about Laduora Duo before I even start to use it and what they promise. First of all, they recognize that there are 5 different reasons that women or men lose their hair. The first one is hormones, which is where I believe most of my hair loss has come from. Stress, which thankfully I don't think that's what I've got going on. Nutritional deficiencies, aging, okay, I got that going on too, and environmental factors. So this could be, pollution, or it could be ultraviolet damage to your hair. So there are a lot of different things that can cause hair loss. And let me caution you by saying, if you've had unusual or significant hair loss that you can't readily attribute to any of these, you should definitely see your doctor. And I don't mean me. So how does the Laduora Duo claim to combat this? Well, this is really cool. They use sonic vibration, therapeutic warmth, red light therapy, and electrical stimulation along with the Duo pods. That's the serum that you're going to put on the scalp. And again, that all sounds great, but what does that really mean? So I decided to dive in, do a little bit of research, and here's what I found. Red light therapy. So the Duo delivers therapeutic light energy by using 30 medical grade red LED bulbs. They operate at 660 nanometers of wavelength of light. Now that may not mean anything to you, but hold on. The idea is that it delivers it to your hair follicles, which will energize and revitalize those hair follicles while promoting healthy hair growth and elasticity. Cleveland Clinic did a study that found that red light does actually have potential skin benefits. That's what we've got going on our scalp. And the good thing about red light is it has no ultraviolet light, so nothing that's going to actually damage your skin. Studies have shown that at low wavelengths, the red light doesn't generate heat, penetrates the skin between 1 and 2 millimeters, and that exposure may produce a positive biochemical effect in your cells that strengthens the mitochondria. If you don't know, that's the powerhouse of the cell, and that's where the cell's energy is created. Now, the NIH, or the National Institute of Health, has done clinical studies that show that hair growth is stimulated at 650 nanometers of red light. This uses 660 versus 650. But Laduora says that this wavelength is designed to treat hormone imbalances and stimulate the release of nitric oxide. Nitric oxide will increase the blood flow to your scalp, That's a good thing. Reduce inflammation and inhibit DHT. That is dihydrotestosterone. It's something that typically males have in their body. If you have too much of it, it can cause hair loss. All right, so there's some science here so far. I'm feeling good about this red light. The next thing that they offer is a microcurrent stimulation or electrical stimulation. Now don't worry, it's at a very low level, and this is supposed to induce hair growth by electrically stimulating the hair follicles. Now, if this sounds like BS, I have to tell you that several months ago, I had a call with a groundbreaking company in Germany that is doing this exact thing with a whole head helmet. It's not available for the public, and it's really expensive, and they've only tested it on men, but I'm really excited about this prospect. The NIH also weighed in on this and said that microcurrent electrical stimulation is known generally to facilitate cell proliferation and differentiation and promote cell migration and ATP synthesis. Okay, what does that mean? Adenosine triphosphate. This is an important molecule in biochemistry that provides energy to the cells. You sensing a trend here? We're trying to bring energy and life back to these cells. The Duo is designed to stimulate those dormant hair follicles and kind of reinvigorate them. Now, one thing I have heard is that once your hair follicles go dormant, you have about 2 years to kind of reinvigorate them and say, wait, don't give up yet. So if you're at the early phases of hair loss, now is a good time to start looking at this. Next, we've got sonic vibration. These are ultrasonic waves that give you gentle vibration and a scalp massage. Now, all this is really going to do probably is feel good and help relieve some stress and tension. So if that's something that may be contributing to your hair loss, you're going to get a nice scalp massage as well. But I did some research on this as well. And there was a study done on 9 Japanese men, so take that for what it's worth, where they used a device 4 minutes a day for 6 months. At the end of that time period, they didn't see any increase in the rate of hair growth, but they did see a difference in hair thickness. So that's kind of exciting. I also found a study in 2019 in the Journal of Dermatology and Therapy saying that 69% of men with alopecia, which is a form of hair loss, reported that scalp massages improve thickness and hair growth, or at least it prevented them from having more hair loss. The idea is that that soft tissue manipulation is going to stimulate hair growth. Now, all of that to say these studies were done on men, not women. So if you're a man watching, maybe you feel pretty good about it. If you're a woman, let's give it a try. The other thing that the Duo provides is therapeutic warmth. Now, this was the one thing I had the hardest time finding any information on. Most things that you'll find online talk about how heat damages the hair. Well, we're not talking about the hair specifically here. We're talking about the scalp. And there is speculation out there that heat provided to the scalp stimulates an increase in blood flow to the area, and that the rush of oxygen-rich blood carries vital nutrients to the scalp, which can help accelerate hair growth. Okay, how you feeling about all this? I mean, I feel pretty good about the science behind it. We just now have to see if it's enough to make this work. But Laduora has more tricks up their sleeves, and that is in the form of the pods. So these are 2 different pods that they sent me, the Boost and the Balance. And they are designed with different things in mind, and each one is designed to last about 2 weeks. So the device is designed to use with a pod, but you can use it without the pod, which is what I like about this. There is no necessary maintenance involved, and you have to keep buying things unless you want to. So the Balance Pod is designed if your hair is really dry and really frizzy, and this isn't just for the scalp, this is actually for the hair, so you would want to work the device all the way to the ends of your hair. The Boost Pod is specifically for hair thinning. So it's designed for men and women, and it's supposed to help with hair thinning and your hair falling out. So let's go ahead and open up the box. And as you can see, we've got the device and a little black box that's full of accessories, seen right here. It does come with a charging cord, some brushes so you can clean. I'm assuming if you get any of the serum kind of stuck in the device, and a nice little carrying case, and a cleaning cloth. And as you take a look at the different serums, you'll see that it comes out in a nice little pod like this. You guys, I'm learning this as I go. And I guess these little knobbies, do I have to take them off? Oh yes, I think these all have to come off so you can still continue to get that micro stimulation on your scalp. But the big question, okay, and I just press that in. The big question is it going to make your hair like greasy, right? Because that'll help you decide if you do it damp or dry, at night, in the morning. My hair is clean. It's supposed to be clean hair. Can you see a little bit now? I don't know if you can tell, but this is my problem area right here. This is my thin area. I feel like I've been looking really good over here overall, my hair. The only thing I've done in the past year or so is I've used a really amazing shampoo and conditioner, which I will put a link to down below because I've been focusing on scalp health over hair. I would love to get a little bit more density up here is what I'm looking for. I also notice, I'm gonna try and grab a comb so I can show you. You guys, this hair pick, I'm pretty sure I've had it since the 80s, seriously. But I love it. If I part my hair, I don't know if you can tell, but like my part goes like, woo, like it just wants to go all the way back. So I'm a little light here as well. Can you see that? But I don't really think about it too much because I can't see the top of my head, but I can feel that it's thinner. So the top of my hair is where I really want some help. I do color it, so I'm sure it could use a little hydration and moisture. To start, place the device on your scalp so that all teeth are touching the scalp. Start at your hairline and move the device from front of the scalp in a slow combing motion, front to back. Then lift it off your scalp, start at a new position at the hairline. I'm just using the gentle mode right now because I want to see what it does and how it feels until you cover your entire scalp. Okay, so I'm not doing my hair, I'm just, ooh, that feels weird on the side. Spend extra time on your most concerned areas for optimized results. If you have longer hair, move the device, all the way to the ends, okay. To ensure your hair, gosh, it feels like it's pulling my hair out. To make sure your hair is absorbing all active ingredients from the Duo pod. All right, I feel like I did that pretty quickly. So they say you should spend about 5 minutes on your whole head. It feels kind of weird. I can't say it feels soothing. It's a little intense, but it doesn't hurt. It's just, you know, intense. We have to suffer for our beauty. The hair doesn't feel greasy, but it definitely feels thick, like when you've put product in there. And the other thing I'll say is just, I think my head's a bit lumpier than I thought, because that was I wouldn't say that was a relaxing treatment, but I am committed to doing this every day for the next 30 days. And I'm going to bring you the results, so stay tuned. So I am back. It's been about a week, and I wanted to show you the difference. I can't see a difference, can you? It's only been a week, so I don't expect there to be a difference, but I wanted to give you kind of an update. So I've been pretty religious about using the Laduora Duo every day, because if I don't, you guys give me grief for not following instructions to the T. So let me tell you what I've learned in a week. First of all, this is the device. I ran out of battery because I didn't charge it before I started using it, but then now it's fully charged. And you press this button just as a reminder, it turns on. We've got the red light, the LED lights. Can you see that on camera? I don't know if, there we go. You've got the vibration and you've got the heat. It does have 3 different settings, gentle and intense. I don't think those are the terms they use. And then here is the pod in the middle. I found that I prefer using it in the evening after I take a shower and my hair's still damp. I'll run it through my damp hair all the way to the ends and then let it dry overnight. And if you're like me and you have thinner, finer hair, you also want to know, is this serum going to weigh your hair down? And I would say, yeah, a little tiny bit. It does not noticeably, but yeah, I would say it doesn't make your hair feel greasy or oily, but I would say that it does feel like it gives just a touch of weight to your hair. So we're going to keep using the Laduora Duo with the boost for a month, and I will report back every week until the month is over, and we'll see how it did. Well, I'm back with my final update for this video. And I originally said I was going to use it for about 4 weeks and give you weekly updates, but there was nothing really to show you or tell you on a week-by-week basis. So I waited until I felt like I was at a point where I could give this a fair review. So I have probably been using the Laduora Duo for about 6 weeks. So actually much longer than I intended to go. And can you see the difference? Well, I don't know if you can. We're going to take a look at that in a second. But I want to give you my final thoughts on using the device. I did primarily use the boost and only recently switched to the balance. The other thing that I wanted to share with you, 2 things actually. So when I first started using it, I pressed it on like that. It has 3 speeds. This is the mildest. So I pressed it on like this, and you may recall on this video, I started using it and I was like, ow, like it felt really intense on my scalp. Well, I'm happy to report that with frequent use, I feel no sensitivity on my scalp, and in fact, I use it on the highest setting for the highest level of vibration. So it's kind of cool that I feel like my scalp has gone from super sensitive to feeling pretty good. This has become part of my daily routine. It's like a nice little scalp massage when I get out of the shower, and that is when I have been doing this, is after I get out of the shower, usually in the evening. I will do it on my hair and in the back, and then down my hair as well to make sure I get to the ends. It's become part of my daily routine. I don't even think about it, and I think that's the goal, is for it to become part of your daily routine. Now, let's talk about results. Well, the first thing that I can say is the primary goal is to improve your scalp health. I like the focus on the scalp itself and the stimulation of the hair follicles. So after about a month, I reached out to Laduora and I said, I think I'm about ready to wrap up my video, but what should I be looking for here? And they basically reaffirmed that after about a month or so, or about 6 weeks where I am right now, you're really just going to start noticing improvements in scalp health. So how does it feel? Is it flaky? Is it dry? Do you feel like you have more breakage? Does your scalp generally feel healthy? The fact that it wasn't as sensitive to me is an indication that perhaps I've improved the blood flow to my scalp and everything feels good. But what you really want to know is, has it helped my hair grow? Well, you can't really tell right here, so let's take a closer look. The easiest way for me to judge this kind of stuff is by looking directly at my part, because what I am looking for is hair density. I'm looking at how wide your part is. I know it's a bit of a crooked part. Looking at how wide your part is, this is going to mess up my hair for the rest of the day, can be an indication. And if I'm looking squarely here, I don't know that I see a huge difference in density. I also looked on the sides here, and because I'm not looking at my sides a lot, we'll have to go back and look at some photos and you be the judge of how the hair looks on the side. The other thing that I look at is hair growth, and the way that I generally do that is by lifting my hair up and seeing if I see what I think is new hair growth. So I definitely have some. There we go. I definitely have some, and you can tell because it's kind of this baby fine. This is not breakage. This is like baby fine hair that's grown in. And so a lot of women and men tend to be thinner here. So if you're looking for more coverage, I think I'm seeing some there. It's you know, this is really a subjective thing. You really have to decide if it's worth it, right? So I asked them, what should I be seeing? Sorry, I keep stepping out of frame. What should I be seeing at this point? Because I felt like I was seeing some hair growth. And what they told me is that early hair growth is actually a good sign that the product is working, but where you're really going to see it, and it's going to depend on the individual, where you're really going to see it is as you incorporate this more into your daily routine and as your hair growth cycles change. So they actually are saying that I'll really start to see the most results after 3 to 4 months. So I am, almost halfway into a 4-month period. So here's where I am. I'm going to keep going because I have it and I still have serum and it's part of my routine and it makes my scalp feel good and it's certainly not going to hurt anything. And I'm going to continue this journey. If you'd like to check back in 2 months, let me know and I can do a follow-up. I get a lot of people that want to know more about these long-term hair tests because it's, I respect the fact that this is your money that you're spending and you're really hoping for results. Now, if you think things are looking good and you're like, hey, I want to get started on my 4 months today, go ahead and check out my link below. I do have an affiliate link that gets you a little bit of a deal if you want to check out the device yourself. If you're a little bit more hesitant, then stick around and let me know that you'd like to see more. And together, we'll continue this journey to have great hair. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.